Time for another therapy session, but this time we're not going to be in a race. That way, there's no particular time limit. We are heading somewhere in particular, though. Where the radio at? There's some slight radio music in the background. Something chill. Okay, maybe not. It's fine. Um, this time, I think there's definitely something in particular that I want to talk about. Um, I hmm, today has been weird. I didn't really have anything to do today, so it would have been a really good day to like get some work done since I just had damn what the fuck is going on with my throat, since I had ample time to do so. But later I'm supposed to be hanging out with some friends, um, and it seems like since some of the people there are gonna be new, I think um, like my brain is like trying to over prepare for the situation. I'm not really sure how to describe it yet. I just thought of this shit like a few minutes before starting this up. But the best way I could describe it is it feels like I can't start another activity before I do this one because that hangout is what was planned for today, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't really have any direction as to what to do before then. Um, and so I feel um, like like I can't do any activity that requires a lot of commitment, or feels like it will require a lot of commitment, like sitting down and do my homework, or you know, like going somewhere. Because like I said, I have ample time. I could just go somewhere and then come back home and chill, and then still have time. But I just can't. I can't. Um, like even with taking my medicine today, I still find it hard to make myself go downstairs and just start on my homework. Um, and I don't know. I just thought that was kind of one, it's kind of frustrating, um, but also it's just an interesting concept because I don't think I've had that happen in a really long time. But it's just like when I think about doing something else, um, like while waiting, uh, for the hangout to start, or whatever. I just kind of like I get the little bit of tightness in my chest, um, especially when thinking about like start my homework. Because again, I have time to do it, and like more so, I don't even really need to do the homework, but just to start it, maybe gloss over it, create an outline that really is in my brain would probably be nice, since I just have the time to do it. But I just really don't want to. Um, Not because I don't want to do my homework. Um, I just I don't know. My body just is just like, nah, we can't do that. We gotta stay prepared for when it's time to hang out. Knowing damn well I probably, even now when it's like 3:41, it's probably still have like 2 hours at least, um, before they'll probably be ready to hang. But like I just find it hard to convince myself to get up and do it. Like that's been a big like thing and theme when dealing with the worst parts of my ADHD is like I'm really self-aware, and I'm really self-aware, and I think a lot, but that's the problem. I think a lot. There's a lot of thinking that goes on, but not a lot of action at all. Um, and I think that's why I get stuck a lot of the times. Um, I feel like things would go better if I, just did it. But of course, it's easier said than done. Because I don't really have control over um, how much I think. Um, so like, if it's if what I need to do requires multiple steps, or requires me to stop doing what I'm doing, or something like that. Essentially, if it's not convenient, then I'll start thinking about it. Um, start weighing my options, and that's just kind of when it goes downhill from there. Cause I'll just get paralyzed by the thinking. Um, like again, it's not like I don't want to do my homework. I'm not. Um, I'm a big fan of school, and even though calculus has been giving me some trouble recently, I like learning. I love knowledge in all facets. I love learning something new, and I love overcoming mental challenges. Um, and the same still remains for calculus. I got some questions right on my last homework assignment, and that felt really nice um, because I didn't really need any examples. I didn't really need you know to look at a similar question to figure out the answer. I kind of used what I knew from the notes that I took, and just applied it to the best of my ability and to the best of my understanding, and it worked out. And that was a really nice feeling to know that I'm understanding what I'm doing. So it's not that I'm lazy. It's never that I'm lazy, or that I just don't like school or homework. Um, and you can say bullshit all you want. I do. I do like school. I do like homework. There can be shit homework. There can be boring homework, of course, that I might not enjoy doing. But for the most part, at least for college, the homework assignments are pretty engaging. They feel pretty purposeful and meaningful, and they feel pretty helpful. Um, Calculus is a little bit different since it's an online class, obviously, but um, I still don't I don't particularly dislike doing the calculus homework. Some of the problems can get tedious, but um, never to a degree that I'm actively like, damn, this shit sucks. It just gets frustrating when I can't figure something out, or there's just a small gap in my knowledge, and I can't really do anything about it. Like I can't ask anybody or anything. But to get back on topic, yeah, like I even and it's more than just I don't feel like I don't want to do things that feel like a lot of commitment. I feel there's been points in the day where I've just felt like doing anything. I feel like I can't actually do anything because I'm so solidly stuck in the mindset that I am waiting for this hangout. That's what this whole day is about. My day does not start until this hangout happens. 'Cause that's what I woke up for. That's what I'm doing here. That's what I plan to do with my Friday. And that's just such an interesting concept that because I'm scheduled to hang out today at an unknown time, I'm just kind of on standby mode, and I can't seem to really pull myself away from that line of thinking. Or the very least, it's just very difficult. And it's just I think my main fascination for that comes from how that sounds like a shitty sentence. My main fascination with ADHD and how it disables me comes comes from the feeling I get when I try to fight against the symptoms, when I try to resist the self-destructive tendencies. Um, like, it's a hard thing to explain. Like, you can feel, like, physically, at least I can physically feel my brain and my mind, body and soul resisting um, like my attempts at trying to like do something that I may not be in the mood to do or may not want to do. Like it's so odd. And another thing that makes it so intense and visceral of a feeling is that I get frustrated and I feel guilty because I'm just like, damn, I kind of got to get this done. Um, and because ADHD has been demonized when I was younger, and since I didn't even know what I had ADHD or what it was at the time, like I just have such a um, like set in stone perspective that these are excuses. Um, it's I have I have taken on the reaction and judgment of adults. Um, um, I have taken on the judgment and reaction of adults from when I was younger and would tell them about my ADHD. And now, um, like, that's the first thing I feel or think about. I wish this shit would get on my screen. That's the first thing I, feel or think about whenever I have problems fighting my ADHD symptoms. It's just like, damn, I'm shitty. This is an excuse. I'm just being a bitch. When I know damn well that isn't true. I have firsthand experience in how genuinely debilitating having ADHD is, and just the lack of control you can have sometimes over your choices, over your focus, over your how you feel about things. I very much understand, both from the research I've done and from the experiences that I've had, that my troubles are valid and are legitimate and aren't a product of me just being lazy or being irresponsible. Um, but despite knowing that, um, I still just get this tightness in my chest of frustration and guilt that I'm not getting the stuff done that I need to get done. Um, and that's just kind of how I feel right now and feel today. Because it's just like I have so much time. I have so much. I've had all day. I've been up since like 10, and I told myself last night that I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna work out because today's my workout day. It's my usual workout day, and I did. I went I went to the gym. That's get the fuck out of me. I went to the gym and worked out. It wasn't super productive because my arm still hurts, so I wasn't able to get a super good workout out of it. But it was still a good workout nonetheless. And the fact that obviously the fact that I even went to work out, period, is still a huge plus. But after that, coming home, like I just didn't have anything else, like I guess set in stone to do, and I think that freedom was a little too overwhelming for me to be able to make a decision. So I just latched on to stuff that was easy. I watched TikTok. I opened the game. I maybe scroll on Instagram. I you know did tasks to seemingly prepare for the hangout. Like I did my laundry, and I took a shower and washed my hair, and I even put my hair up too. I even did my hair. It looks real good right now, but that's besides the point. But like outside of that, when it comes to thinking of a way to fill this empty space, my brain just cannot handle all the options. Um, which reminds me that I should make it a point that um, another huge um, like hindrance for ADHD is organizational skills. Um, and that doesn't just mean physically organizing things. They can also be organizing thoughts, organizing tasks. Um, and I think that's what's happening to me today is I just have a lot that I could do. Um, but because it's not planned, my brain leans toward things that are more convenient to do. Um, like watching TikTok, like, um, playing the game. Because again, it's not that I want to play the game or that I want to watch TikTok. Like, are those hobbies that I enjoy? Sure. But honestly, I've been feeling really guilty about scrolling recently. And even though I get stuck, um, which is weird because, usually you get stuck, it's like, oh, you get that burst of dopamine, but I don't be getting that. I just be sitting there scrolling, like actually just physically paralyzed, stuck on whatever I'm watching a short or reel on, um, just scrolling and thinking and feeling guilty, just being stuck there and paralyzed. But like I genuinely, at least for these past few times, have not enjoyed that activity. I didn't like enjoy scrolling on TikTok. I didn't enjoy scrolling on Instagram Reels. I didn't enjoy scrolling on YouTube Shorts. Um, like there are times that I get stuck on there, and it's not because I want to. I just genuinely get stuck because my brain just wants some stimulus, I guess. Even if it's not pleasant, it just wants something, which is so weird. But I digress. The point is, organization, prioritizing tasks. It's not a strong suit of mine. So when I have this free space and I have all these things I could do, like my brain just goes towards the easiest one. And I said all that to preface the idea that if I were not home, if I were, say, in the library with my computer, I wouldn't be like, damn, I'm going to go home and play my game. Or I'm going to go home and lay down. Or I'm going to go home and watch TikTok. If I'm in the library, probably not doing anything, then I'm going to do whatever is probably the easiest to do in that environment, which I guess technically would be like opening my phone and scrolling. But after that, it would like probably be doing homework. It wouldn't be watching YouTube because I really don't do that at home and when I'm eating. I know, iPad kid, shut the fuck up. Oh, god damn it. But like aside from scrolling, if I was in the library, I would be extremely likely to like work on something. And in fact, it would be, I think I would even be more incentivized to do both, to do some work, but like do it casually. So that way I get the dopamine of feeling productive and the dopamine of maybe seeing something funny on my For You page. Like I do enjoy doing that. Actually, now that I think about it, I really love when I can just get into a casual zone with doing homework or being productive in general. Like when I just get focused and I do a really good burst of doing work, I'm just like, man, that was nice. That was nice. Let me see, what time is it? Oh, is this time? I got all this time left. We'll take a little break. See what's popping on. See what's popping on the reels, the shorts, the TikToks. Get a little dopamine boost from that, but not in a way that it would take away from my. What the fuck is up with this car? That it would take away from me doing my work. That it would take away my focus. Because usually when I do work, um, like that's the first activity I do, obviously, because I'm not gonna sabotage myself and be like, I'm gonna sit down, do my work, and then immediately open TikTok. So I sit down, do my work, and I start doing my work, um, and then I'll, do breaks with checking my phone or sending that message or even just watching TikTok. And because of how my brain views it, I am still in the activity of doing homework. Um, so it would be unlikely that I would get stuck on my phone because that's not the activity I'm on right now. And thankfully, it's not, um, it has such a low commitment that there would be no need for a transition. I can just indulge in that for a little bit and then get back to my main task. So like, it's just because I'm home, and I like it's purely because I'm home and have too many options. I've already exhausted one of my options, which was eating and watching YouTube. Um, and after that, I came upstairs to put on deodorant, um, and make sure my hair was still looking okay. Um, and I played the game for a little bit. I played Sparking Zero. I'm trying to get better at that. But I try not to play too much of it because I kind of been getting my ass kicked, and it gets a bit frustrating to lose all the time. So like I played like a match, and then closed it. And then I just got to thinking. I'm just like, okay, cool. Technically, I finished playing the game. So what now? And I can't remember exactly what the thought process was. But I know I was weighing my options for a bit and then felt that feeling of just like, oh, when is hangout gonna happen? I'm kind of getting a little restless. I'm getting a little guilty that I'm not using my time wisely. I'm getting guilty that I'm not using my time wisely because I feel like I can't. I feel like genuinely unable, or not unable, but like I feel like I cannot start another activity because I'm waiting for this. I don't know how to describe it in a way that's I feel like is easier to understand than that. It's like no, I can't even give an analogy like waiting on the bus because I feel like that insinuates that there's a time frame. So obviously you're not gonna go do something with a lot of commitment. It's like it's like I mean honestly I don't know what it's like. I feel like I guess it's more unique than I think it to be. So I'm not really sure what to analogize it to or compare it to. It just it is just it just is. It just is. And that's what sucks about ADHD a lot of the time is there's not a lot of rhyme and reason to it. It just is like that. And there's not really anything I can do about it. I just got to find a way to live with it. Like I have coping mechanisms, but like when I say there's not really anything I can do about it, like there's nothing I can do to stop that from happening. It's gonna happen, and I just got to find a way to cope or live with that. And it just makes it makes trying to explain ADHD such a pain. So I do these because it's not really for anybody. It's for me just to express and talk because I understand what I'm saying. And I always feel a little bit better when I'm explaining stuff. But yeah, like I'm still just not sure what I could compare to. Also, did they say 400 miles an hour? Like I'm still struggling. I feel like I could think of something if I keep trying, but nothing's coming to mind at the moment. Also, I should check my phone. That might have been my friend telling me that's something to hang. Let me see. But like, yeah, I think there's no way to like compare it. I'm overcomplicating it. It is just as simple as I have that plan today, and I'm waiting for it. And I guess for me, waiting just looks like um, doing nothing, doing fuck all, or doing whatever is convenient to do just to pass the time. Um, you know, after I've exhausted a lot of my productive options, like, or at least after I've exhausted the tasks that I needed to do, um, juggling all the things that I could do but don't have to is real hard. It's real hard. Um, and I guess this is when I need to explain why it's such a big deal, because I don't have anything due anytime particularly soon, or at the very least, certainly not today. But I would like to use today to do homework. So it's less stress on the next days when I got to do it before it's due. Um, but like that's what I would like to do, but unfortunately, I I just can't. I don't wanna. I don't. I'm just not gonna. 'Cause it's not convenient. Um, like I got done eating. I, you know, got my clothes out the dryer. I put on pants, or I took my clothes out of the dryer. After finished eating and watching YouTube, which was done with that activity. I came upstairs to put on deodorant, and put on pants, and that's done with that activity, which is preparing a little bit more to leave. Um, and now, with no next activity that I need to do, there's a lot of things that I could do. Um, and what happened is I thought about it, because like I said, I wanted to do homework. I thought about it, I got that feeling of guilt, because I could feel myself resisting the idea of transitioning to going to do homework while I wait. So I thought about it for a bit, got that feeling in my chest. Started feeling guilty, started feeling bad. Um, and so I figured now would be a good time, if I can't think of anything else to do, to talk about it. Maybe it'll make me feel better, and at the very least, it'll just give me something to do. Now that I'm like reminding myself of it, I kind of am feeling a bit guilty again. Um, Even while doing this. Um, but I gotta learn to let go of that, I guess. Because it's just distracting, really. That's all it is. Um, it's not the end of the world if I don't do my homework today. Am I disappointed? Maybe. Am I a little bummed out? Sure. But I don't think I don't think it's something I need to dwell on. Um, and that's something that I just needed to be reminded of every now and again. I just get caught in these loops. I talked about it last time. I get caught in these loops. And it's just um, like the loops are so intense and distracting that um, I just be forgetting. I be forgetting to get out of that and stop getting distracted by it. Um, I don't think I'll buy anything yet. So I just what do you call it? Yeah, I just need to remember to let go of that feeling, because it gets me nowhere. Feeling bad gets me nowhere, ever. Never has, never will. Um, and worst case scenario, I can always try again the next day. I just don't. I don't want to fall into relying on that mentality though, because obviously, eventually, I gotta get something done. Um, but I just need to have faith in myself that I will get it done eventually, and that this moment, or maybe even this day, just isn't the time. And so I need to, you know, stop being so hard on myself. Because I think what is important is that I get better about recovering from. I get better about recovering from from those moments, from those loops, from those feelings. Because the sooner I can recover, the sooner I can reset and then try again. Um, which I think is really important. Just keep on trying, just to continually try, not to bang my head against the wall, but to like actually give myself a break, step back, and then give myself a chance to step into it again. Um, I think a good analogy is if you're putting on um, if you're putting on a shoe and you're stuffing your foot in that shoe, um, and your heel won't go in, and you're just trying to no hands it. You're just trying to just slam and slide your foot into that shoe as much as you can. You know, when it would probably just be better to take your foot out, take a step back, fix the shoe a little bit, maybe loosen it up even, um, and to try to put your foot back in it. Um, because clearly um, it's not working, or if it does work eventually, it's significantly more inefficient than if you had started by um, taking your shoe off first and taking a step back to readjust. Um, I think just trying to keep that in mind was gonna be important. I hate everything. It's gonna be important um, to combating these symptoms and these feelings. Um, it's just a lot to juggle by myself. I think is all I really have to say about it. Because I mean it's just a lot to be considerate of. Because there's nuance in everything. I can't disregard every sinking feeling I have or feeling of guilt I have, because that keeps me in line. But I also can't give in to every single sinking feeling or guilty feeling I have, because not all of it's real, and not all of it is as serious as it feels. Um, and knowing the difference uh, is just something that I'll have to take case by case. I won't be able to. I don't think I'll ever be able to just know. Um, I'll just have to be better about catching myself and then recovering. Um, I think um, I think a big misconception for coping or living with ADHD is taking preventative measures. But I think it would be best to just um, take measures that help you recover after it's already happened. I can't remember what it's called, like the word for it. But um, 9 times out of 10, you won't be able to stop that symptom from happening. You'll just have to learn how to deal with it. And I think I don't know. There's just something I forget sometimes. I get lost in the sauce of my feelings and um, the stress of needing to get stuff done. Um, but honestly, I think that's about it. Um, I'm glad I came to that conclusion again. Um, and you know, I probably could just, you know, cut out the middleman of going through this whole spiel every time and just reminding myself that, hey, it's just not that deep. But these conversations are also helpful in their own right. They're not just here to remind me of what I need to do to deal with my ADHD. They're also just good for talking it out, because moments like these are always bittersweet, because I have like a genuine obsession with psychology, and so obviously that includes my own psychology. So, you know, even though this can be seen as a form of expression, to me, it's just me participating in my hobby of talking about psychology. Um, so, usually by the end of these conversations, I end up feeling a little bit better than I did before. Um, I don't, you know, get dopamine or anything from talking about it, but I do shortcut. But I do get like just a sense of fulfillment a bit, like the kind of fulfillment you get from just completing your hobby. Like maybe a simpler hobby that's not expressly exciting or joyful, but just something that you just like to do, you know. Um, I think that's just kind of what these conversations are for me. Um, so they're nice to have. They're multifaceted in their purpose and benefit. But I think that's about all I got to say. So I guess I'll see you later. Ew. I said I feel like I'm being really hypocritical by saying that when I said earlier that this isn't really meant for anybody, but actually, I guess I shouldn't condemn myself for it. I do like doing this because I really am only talking to myself. I don't really expect anyone else to listen, and I don't really plan to show this to anybody. I just put it up on YouTube just so I can save it because I don't want to waste space on this long ass spiel. Um, Spiel? How do you pronounce that? It doesn't matter. Anyways, I. Oh, that's foul. Um, I should have condemned myself for talking like that. It is a bit corny, but um, you know, it does have a purpose. Um, I like talking about it. I like conversating about it. I don't really like venting at all. I like, you know, having a back and forth. But since I'm not talking to anybody, um, I, you know, simulate a conversation or I talk as if I am talking to someone. Because I am. Technically, I'm talking to me. Um, and so even though there's not responses, I take into account, you know, any misunderstandings that a person listening to me might have, or any questions or comments that they might have, or criticisms even. Um, and I kind of quote unquote respond to those um, with how I talk and share my thoughts. So yeah, I guess I will see you later since I kind of like doing this, and I'll probably do it again. Hopefully not anytime soon. I do need to stop indulging in these feelings so often and get practice with just kind of letting it go. I don't need to talk about it every single time I feel this way. But if it's interesting enough and different enough, I'll start up another recording. But yeah, I think that's all about all I got to say. So, see you.